Once upon a time, in a land far away, there was a quiet little village resting beside a wide and peaceful river. The river flowed gently like a silver ribbon under the morning sun, and the air there always felt fresh and pure. The village was filled with kind and hardworking people. They weren't rich, and most of them hadn't gone to school. But even without formal education, they lived in harmony and treated each other with respect and love. They shared their food, helped one another in times of trouble, and believed that kindness was worth more than gold. Among these villagers, there lived a man who was known as a scholar. He had spent many years studying books and learning about the world. Because of his education, people respected him. But sadly, he let that respect turn into pride. He believed that being educated made him better than everyone else. Whenever he spoke to others, his tone was cold and full of arrogance. He often insulted people who couldn't read or write, thinking they were beneath him. The villagers admired his knowledge, but they also felt uncomfortable around him. Deep inside, they knew that true greatness doesn't come from pride, but from humility. One day, the scholar decided to travel across the river to visit another town. When he reached the riverbank, he saw several boatmen calling out to passengers, offering rides across the water. Most of them were simple men, wearing old clothes and carrying friendly smiles. The scholar looked around, his eyes filled with superiority. After some thought, he chose a poor-looking boatman with an empty boat. Without greeting him kindly, the scholar stepped into the boat and sat down, as if he were doing the man a favor. The boatman, a humble and gentle soul, nodded politely and began to row. The river was calm at first. The sound of the oars dipping into the water was peaceful. Birds were singing, and the soft breeze carried the scent of flowers and wet soil. The scholar sat comfortably, looking around with satisfaction. But soon his pride started to grow again. He couldn't resist the urge to show off his intelligence. He looked at the boatman and asked, "Tell me, my good man, do you know anything about science or mathematics?" The boatman smiled kindly and replied, "No, sir. I never had the chance to go to school. I can't read or write. All I know is how to row this boat." The scholar laughed loudly, shaking his head with pity and pride. "Oh, what a waste," he said mockingly. "You've wasted half of your life without learning anything. A man without education is like a blind person walking through the world." The boatman felt hurt, but he didn't argue. He simply smiled again, though this time there was sadness in his eyes. He continued rowing quietly, letting the scholar's words float away with the wind. To him, there was no point in arguing with pride. The river remained calm for a while, but as time passed, dark clouds began to gather above them. The wind grew stronger, and the smooth surface of the river started to ripple. Suddenly, heavy rain began to pour, and the river changed its mood completely. Waves began to rise, tossing the little boat up and down. The scholar's proud face turned pale. He gripped the sides of the boat, trembling with fear. The storm grew worse. The wind howled, lightning flashed across the sky, and the water splashed into the boat. The scholar screamed, "What's happening? We're going to die." But the boatman stayed calm. He had seen storms before. His strong arms moved the oars steadily, trying to keep the boat balanced. Then he looked at the terrified scholar and asked gently, "Sir, you know so many things. You've read so many books. But tell me, do you know how to swim?" The scholar's teeth chattered. "Swim? No. I don't know how to swim," he cried. The boatman sighed softly and said, "Then, sir, I may lose half my life in this storm, but you will lose all of yours." True wisdom isn't measured by how much knowledge or education a person has, but by the goodness of their heart. Being wise means showing love, respect, and humility in everything you do. A truly wise person listens with understanding, speaks with kindness, and treats everyone equally, no matter their background or status. Knowledge can make your mind sharp, but only humility and compassion make your heart wise. You may know many facts, but if you lack love and respect for others, your knowledge becomes meaningless. Real wisdom helps you stay calm, patient, and gentle, even when life gets difficult. It teaches you to value people more than pride, and understanding more than argument. In the end, wisdom is not about being better than others. It's about being kind, fair, and humble enough to make the world a little brighter through your actions and attitude. I hope this story touched your heart. Life is full of moments that teach, heal, and transform us, and sharing them keeps the light of inspiration alive. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up, share it with someone who might need a little hope today, and subscribe for more heartwarming stories. Until we meet again, keep believing, keep smiling, and take care of your beautiful soul.